What's up, you guys? Joe Dobby here, back at it again with another video for you today. And right now I am doing Battle Spirit Saga's purple starter deck reveals, and I am so excited to go over these 16 cards with you. This looks like so much fun, and one of the best things that I love about purple in this deck specifically is the ability to take cores away, which is pretty much the lifeblood of your opponent's creatures, and put it into either the trash pile or refresh pile or what have you, which is absolutely insane because once you take that last core out of that creature is gone. It is destroyed, which is so thematic and so oppressive sounding as someone who has not played Battle Spirit Saga before. This just sounds super cool. So as a Digimon player, once again, we're gonna dive right into these reveals. The graphic here is made by Cosmic of Cosmic Plays. Shout out to him for doing such a good job with these graphics and for allowing me to use these. His link will be in the description below, so do not hesitate to give him a subscribe as well. But if you like my content and if you like Digimon content, this is the best place to meet both, to marry the two. So please like and subscribe if you are a fan of it. That said, we're gonna dive right into it. All right, you guys, so going over the first card here, we have Bloody Rain. So Bloody Rain is a magic card that also has a burst effect for 4 costs, reduced by 2 when played from hand. And its burst effect is when you lose life. So whenever you get hit, you can activate this card for free. Your opponent cannot attack with a spirit during this turn, so very good defensively, unless they remove a core from it and place it onto their reserve. You may then play this card's cost to activate its flash effect, and its flash effect adds another layer of protection by giving one of your spirit an extra 2000 DP. So if your opponent only has 1 core and it's attacking and you trigger this burst, you could potentially delete that creature, which is pretty cool. I like that. Next, we've got Poison Shot, which is another card with a burst effect. When opponent destroys your spirit, you get to draw a card and then activate its flash effect. So select 1 spirit, remove a core from it, and place it onto its owner's reserve. So you can actually do this with your opponent's creatures as well, if I'm not mistaken. 5 costs, so costs a bit more, but the draw power and the ability to potentially delete another spirit is pretty good with its flash effect. Next, we've got Dark Grail, which is a Nexus. Look at this crazy thing. It's a grail that is just like on this like armor, this like armor, like it's like made up of like weird armor, just morphed up together. It looks crazy. Anyways, 3 cost Nexus, can be reduced by 1 with a purple out. And when placed, select one of your opponent's spirits with 2 or more cores from it, remove a core from it, and place it into their reserve. So that's pretty darn good. I mean, you're probably not gonna delete or get rid of that creature because you can only remove a core and you have to pick one that has 2 or more, but you can definitely combo this off with another creature that does offer some core removal. You can do it with burst effects, etc. During your attack step, draw a card when one of your purple spirits is destroyed. So I think this is really incredible because you get to see more pieces if your opponent ends up blocking and your creatures get destroyed. So that's pretty good. Next, we've got Phasmobat, which is a Nightling. 3 cost to play and reduced by 1. When this spirit attacks, draw a card if your opponent has a spirit with only 1 core on it. So that is very good. You can see that purple is really digging into that draw power and that core resource control, which I am a huge fan of. Even in Digimon, purple has always been that control color, and I am a huge fan of that. Next, we have Skullfly. So Skullfly here, another Nightling, looks really crazy. Looks huge, actually, for a fly. Just a vanilla 2 cost, can be reduced by 2 as well, so could come out for free potentially and just mob the board. Although the Realm of Gloom is well known for its vast subterranean region, few realize it connects to a separate dimension called the Dark World, whose denizens exercise control over the realm and treat its native spirits as slaves. That is quite unfortunate, but I love purple, so here we go with more darkness. We are moving on to Oka Pandal, which is an undead looking zebra wearing a dress. Help me out. Okay, so it is a 4 cost to play, and while this spirit attacks, it has Curse. So Curse is another cool mechanic, which is why I'm so hyped for this game and so hyped for purple. If one of your opponent's spirits blocks, destroy it when the battle ends. So it's basically like Death Touch in Magic, if I'm not mistaken. It is Retaliation in Digimon, which is awesome. I love that. And it's a pretty good starting DP or battle power at 3000. So you'll be able to swing over things. Your opponent will need to block, or if it has to block, it'll have to block with something stronger than 3k at level 1, which is really, really good. And you just curse it, which is awesome. Love that. Interesting looking creature. Love the effect though. Next. We've got Mummyphant. This is cool. I'm not gonna lie, I love all things like even Pokemon and Digimon that are like elephants. I just find elephants super cool. They're probably one of my top 5 favorite animals in the world and on the planet. The Mummyphant looks super cool as well. It's got like really cool like hieroglyphics all over its bandages, and 4 cost can be reduced by 3 to play 1. It is just a vanilla. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to read the flavor text moving forward with these things. I can do it in a super voice acty voice, or I can just do it normally with the way I speak. Anyways, let's move on. We got Dem Bones, we got Demo Bones. It's another vanilla that can come out for free because it's 1 cost to play and reduced by 1. It is relatively weak at 1k. However, it can offer some early aggression if you have something that can reduce it and make it play for free, etc. And if I'm not mistaken, this will have combos with a bunch of other cards in the deck as well, such as your Nexus. Moving on. Core Drain. We've got 3 costs to play this magic card and 2 costs to reduce. So it could potentially come out for 1, and its main effect is select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits. So when they're tapped, remove up to 3 cores from it and place them into their reserve. That is pretty darn good, because if your opponent had just swung last turn with a pretty powerful core or spirit, and you take all those 3 cores away from it, you could make it back down to a level 1, or you could even delete it if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comment section below. Once again, I have not played Battle Spirits. Main effect or flash effect, select 1 spirit and it gains plus 2k BP during this turn. So you get a pretty defensive spell here, and I do appreciate that. Next, we've got Purple Smoke Valley. This looks pretty neat with essentially the valley and the purple kind of like gems. Gems are truly. Anyways, it's another Nexus, can come out for 3, best case scenario. And draw a card when one of your effects destroys one of your opponent's spirits via reducing its cores to 0. Love that. Gonna play this card. And during your attack step, your spirits with curse cannot be blocked by your opponent's spirits with only 1 core on them. This is amazing. And the reason why is because normally a lot of purple cards that I've seen thus far can only remove 1 core from a spirit, right? So you're gonna be doing that to the smaller creatures anyway. So the way I see it is, if you're gonna be doing that anyway, the curse should really have value to things that have more than 1 core on them, because you'll be able to move around the 1 core on its own through various effects. So curse becomes super important here with this Nexus, because you can take out larger creatures because the smaller ones can't block. So if you're gonna force a block onto your opponent, they have to get rid of a creature with more than 1 core, which is potentially a high value creature, which is very, very good. Next, we've got Stray Soul. Oh, it's a Darkling. 3 cost to hard play, reduced by 1, and when summoned, select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits. So once again, they're tapped. Remove a core from it. Once again, it's just 1 core and place it into their reserve. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of these remove cores only remove 1 core. Which is why having that Nexus is really good if you have a lot of spirits that run the curse modifier. Also, just letting you guys know, I am alternating between creature and spirit. My apologies, I will get used to that over time. Next, we've got Dark Knight Florence. I actually really like this art. Initially, once again, like Battle Spirit Saga, the art to me is it's hit or miss depending on the card. I have really loved the full arts. Don't get me wrong, those are amazing. But some of the other arts, I'm here or there. This is an art that I really like. I love how, like, just the Dark Knight look of it. I love his shield with the horn busting out. Looks really powerful, and he's also winged, which is cool. And he has Curse, which makes it even better because it's just so good. Plus, he's 3k as well. So the smaller one core creatures or spirits will not be able to block it if you have the Nexus out, which is very good. And you'll be able to swing over it comfortably anyway. Next, we've got Mumira, which is also really cool. Undead, nice. I'm trying to, ooh, the art's kind of nice. I like this art, it's growing on me. When summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it and place it into their reserve. So once again, we've got that removing the cores and placing it into their reserves. Very control-y, I do like that a lot. Next, we've got Seagrow Snake. It is a serpent that happens to have branches coming out of its, what should be its ears. Anyways, during your attack step, if there is a soul core on this spirit, it cannot be blocked by any of your opponent's spirits with only one core on them, which is super good. I'm starting to notice this theme that, you know, it's making your one core spirits on the opponent's side relatively weaker or relatively incapable of doing other things. So they're kind of like sitting ducks for you to take those cores away and destroy those spirits, which I think is very cool. Loving purple thus far. This is becoming very intuitive to me as an archetype. Dragonaga Assassin. Ooh, I like the dual handling of these weapons. I am a fan of that. And 3 cost reduced by 1. While the spirit attacks, it has Curse, which is once again very good with that Purple Valley Nexus. And when this spirit attacks, draw a card if this spirit has a soul core on it. So I actually think that is a pretty powerful effect. At 4k, it's probably not as high. And if you're going to be throwing cores on this little guy, he's not so little. He's kind of like a giant dragon. No, not a giant dragon, but you know, he's a dragon dual wielding swords. I doubt he's pretty little. He's Argonian, okay? That's pretty good. Putting a soul core on it and making it level 3 might be a little bit difficult, but if you can, you know, focus on this guy and pull it off mid-game, maybe you're in a good spot. Pretty good, I don't know. Next, we've got the boss of the deck, Dark King Snake Pendicles. Let me know if I am pronouncing that incorrectly. Pendicles. Very cool. When summoned, whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove all but 1 core from it, and place them into the reserve. That is so strong. Love that when summoned effect, because then you can pair that with the other spirits that you have that swing and can potentially remove cores, or that swing or need and your opponents need like multiple cores on their spirits to actually block with or do anything with. Very powerful boss. I love that. And when this spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it, and place it into their trash. So that is kind of nutty. I do like that. Very cool card. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is the starter deck for purple. I'm pretty excited to play this. This is the first thing I'm going to be picking up, I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to be building a deck around this and a deck around the other serpent boss in purple, which is the lady, the kind of like the Medusa looking lady. So I'll be playing that. And let me know once again if you want me to keep making BSS content. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.